Who's that? Hello YouTube, and welcome back to another video of AdventureJosh. Today in this video we're going to be talking about the 5 things that we have added to the Ibex 450, and we're pretty much going to be honest about it. Did it help us or did it not help us? So the first thing that we're going to be talking about is the 15.2 sprocket. That was the #1 thing that we had upgraded on this bike, just because we've seen the reviews of like how the performance was and also how the bike felt after the upgrade. So I went online, did go to AliExpress, which shopping on AliExpress, I know a lot of people have had really good reviews when it came to that, or they just get the original 15.2 sprocket, which is from CFMOTO. However, I was in this club, which was it's called CFMOTO Club, and it's USA. So it's pretty much everybody that owns a CFMOTO Ibex 450 in USA pretty much are in this club where they give advice and everything. And these people were telling me that the 15.2 sprocket is probably one of the best things that you can do for your bike, and boy were they right. Before I was rocking the 14.2 sprocket and it was great, it really was. However, when you get on the highways, that's where you see the downfall of the 14.2 sprocket. When I'll be on the highway, trying to get on the highway and everything, soon as you pass the 55 miles per hour threshold and you start getting into the 60 to 75 or even 80, you start feeling the weakness of the Ibex 450. Not the power weakness, but the gear ratio weakness. I guess because of the 14.2 sprocket, it causes a lot of vibration at 70 and up miles per hour. So what I did was just order the 15.2 sprocket, and honestly I installed it myself. That was my first time actually installing a sprocket, and I would tell you it was actually pretty easy, especially if you are someone that is hands-on or somebody that is, you know, a handyman or handy woman. You're able to do it yourself and you really believe that you can do that work, then go for it. I mean, it probably took me about an hour, maybe hour and a half just to install it, and honestly after testing it, it was amazing. So yeah, if you get the 15.2 sprocket, definitely get that. It's definitely going to make your bike feel totally different. When I used to run like 45 miles an hour, I would have to shift up from 3rd to 4th gear. And now, honestly, when I have the 15 tooth, it's extremely different. Like riding in 3rd gear, going 45-50 miles an hour, I really don't have to shift up to 4th gear. It's the RPMs have changed so much on this bike, and it honestly just feels like the bike was meant to have a 15.2 sprocket. And I ask that question all the time, like, why did they not put a 15.2 sprocket in the first place? But yeah, so if you get a 15.2 sprocket, you're going to see a tremendous change in the performance when it comes to the RPMs at high speeds, and also having to switch gears at a certain speed. Like I said, when I'm going 45-50 at the 14 tooth, I had to usually shift up from 3rd to 4th, but now I can pretty much ride 3rd gear all the way up to like 50, maybe 55 a little bit, until I have to shift up and everything, which is a huge difference. So that being said, that's the #1 thing that I would definitely upgrade on the Ibex 450, which I have. And I would tell you, honest opinion, I definitely think this bike was meant to have a 15 tooth. I honestly do. Now, if you're doing a lot of off-roading, you're not really hitting the paved roads, highways and everything, which I don't see why you wouldn't, especially if you're having an ADV bike that's more of like, it is an off-road bike, but it can be a touring bike as well. But if you're doing more of the touring, definitely go towards the 15.2 sprocket. But if you're strictly doing just off-road, I honestly would just keep the 14 tooth, just because there's a lot more torque in that 14 tooth than it is in the 15. Alrighty guys, so we're going to be moving over to #2. The #2 upgrade that we did on the bike was the upgraded seat. Do it. That's all I got to say, is just do it. If you are a tall rider and you have the Ibex 450, the first upgrade that you should be doing to that bike is the seat. Before you do the windshield, before you do the back box and everything, you should definitely do the seat. I can't tell you enough how comfortable this seat is. I mean, before, the first seat that came on this bike had a huge dip in it. The dip was so bad, it was like sitting in a saddle, but the saddle was cut very low. It's almost like you're sitting inside of the bike, like inside the frame, and it was very uncomfortable, especially as a tall rider. Especially on long hauls. I mean, I took a trip to Fordyce, which is about an hour, maybe hour and a half, depending on which way you're going, and it was not comfortable at all. I mean, my bum was completely numb by the time I got there. And just think about how when I had to drive back, when I had to ride the bike back, it was so uncomfortable. I mean, my bum was pretty much gone. My feet were sore just because all the pressure from my knees being bent on the bike and everything were just pressing down on the pegs. Well, that has changed tremendously. I mean, I have no pain in my bum. I have no pain in my feet, my knees. All that has went away. I mean, it's almost like the bike was meant to have the tall seat. It really was. And honestly, I don't know why this bike didn't come with the tall seat in the first place. I mean, I understand that there are short riders out there and they're not going to be able to touch, their toes on the ground and everything. However, I would tell you, if I was a short rider and I was riding this bike, I would want the tall seat. And even my fiance said that, like whenever she actually got on the bike and she tested the bike herself, I mean, we're talking about a 5'3" woman. And she's honestly, she said that she would rather have the tall seat. And she says, yeah, my toes can barely touch the ground and everything, but the seat just feels amazing. And it does. It almost feels like a cloud. So if you're looking to really do something or make your bike even more comfortable for off-roading, but also long hauls when you're doing a big trip somewhere, definitely go get you a CFMOTO Ibex, the tall seat. And the reason I say CFMOTO is because there are some aftermarket seats that they do sell on AliExpress where you'll order it and you'll get it in and it's not the seat that you thought it was, and it's because it's probably a third party company building these seats and everything, using the same frame and all of the seat, but putting different stitching and everything. So to me, I would just go ahead and go with just the original CFMOTO seat if you can find it. I know they're having a tremendous out of stock issue right now because everybody's ordering the seat. However, if you can get your hands on one, it's definitely worth it, I would say. Alrighty, so the third item that we added on to our Ibex 450 was the rear rack. This rear rack that we put on our bike is called Rear Ace and you can find it on Amazon. I'm not sure if they actually have their own personal website. I really didn't go seeking for that, but I did buy it on Amazon for a reasonable price. If I'm not mistaken, I think it was around $140, which is pretty reasonable. I mean, anybody that is into ADV or just motorcycle in general and you're trying to find a rack for your bike, a lot of these companies charge an arm and a leg for them. So honestly, that's one thing I didn't want to do, was I didn't want to spend a fortune, but I also wanted to have really good quality. Well, I took a gamble and I went ahead and ordered these Rear Ace rear rack, and I put it on the Ibex 450 myself. It was so easy to install. There are going to be there's 2 or 4 things that you're going to have to drill out yourself, which honestly, don't be scared to drill into your bike because there's little plastic panels that are going to be on the back side of the bike. You're pretty much going to have to just take off 2 Allen key bolts. I think there's 2 on each side, so 4 Allen key bolts. And then once you take those off, there's actually going to be a circle that is pretty much engraved into the back side of plastic, and it's pretty much a 1-inch circle hole that you're going to have to pretty much drill out of the plastic of your bike and everything. And then once you do that, you're able to just pretty much assemble the rear rack yourself. I mean, the rear rack was extremely easy to put on the bike, if you ask me. I mean, it only took me about 30 minutes and then the rack was on and all. And I will say the quality of this rack is very high end. I mean, especially for the price. I mean, I know a lot of people are not balling. I'm definitely not balling. And if you are and you can afford a really nice rack and have somebody install it for you, that's great. But for this really is honestly for the people that don't want to spend a fortune, but they want to have good quality components on their Ibex 450. I would definitely go with the Rear Ace rack that goes on the back of the Ibex 450. And I don't think this is a universal rack. I don't think this is something that you're going to be able to put on any motorcycle, especially on Amazon. They may have it on their website. I really don't know, but the one that I bought was strictly just for the Ibex 450, and I'll make sure I put the link in the description so y'all will know where to find these items. Pretty much anything that we're talking about today will be in the description, so don't worry about that. I'll make sure that y'all have a simple link that y'all can click and you're able to grab your item if you do want to grab it. Okay, so the fourth upgrade that we have on our Ibex 450 is going to be our hard shell saddlebags. these hard shell saddle. Okay, so the saddle boxes that we have on this Ibex 450, they are amazing. If you're looking for a saddle bag or saddle boxes that you're trying to put on your Ibex 450, definitely get these. However, the one thing I will say about these boxes, they are 18 liter. 18 liter is not a lot. When I first got them and they came in, they looked pretty small. I'm not gonna lie. That was the kind of the downside of them. Honestly, that's on my behalf because this is my first time having saddlebags on my bike, and honestly, 18 liters sound like a lot, but I guess not. I thought about a 2-liter Pepsi, and I thought about that 18 times, but no, that is not it. That is not what that is. So honestly, if 18 liter is a lot and this box is truly not an 18 liter, then I got screwed. But you know, it is what it is. They're pretty expensive too, I will say. These boxes were around $230, I believe, on Amazon, and that's what made me think, okay, $230, 18 liter. I thought they would become like these huge boxes that I would have. Well, when I got them in, they were like not small, but they're definitely not big. They're more in the middle. And so yeah, that being said, 18 liter, just remember that if you do order these boxes, definitely go above 18 liter if you can. So yeah, that's number 4. And honestly, like I said, the boxes are great. They're built with quality, and they honestly are, they look just like my top box. However, they are not the same brand. So I'll make sure I link that in the description for y'all so y'all can see the box. And if 18 liter might be enough for you, you might have a smaller bike that you want to put 18 liters on, and you know, you'll have the link there for you so you can click on it and check them out. And if you want them, you can buy them. So that being said, let's move on to the next item. Alrighty guys, so my other microphone died, so I'm gonna have to hold this one like a microphone, like an actual microphone. So guys, let's get into number 5 of the upgrade that we have done on our Ibex 450. This one, I think a lot of animal lovers are gonna think this one's very interesting. So let's get into it. Alrighty guys, we're gonna go ahead and switch up the POV a little bit just so I can show y'all this. This is the one upgrade that we actually did to our top box. I know some people are going to look at this and they're going to be like, what in the heck is that? Well, if anybody has known, we have got a dog. His name is Rocky. He is amazing. He's probably one of the best dogs that you can ever have. However, he loves to ride in the motorcycle. So before, I pretty much had a small hatch right in here, and it was terrible. He would pretty much just poke his head up, and that's pretty much all that would hang out. Well, I didn't feel like that was safe at all. So what I did, I built my own custom carrier. The reason is because a lot of the carriers online, they did not look safe at all. I mean, a lot of them were soft bags, or they were like some type of like sled type thing that you would pretty much mount on the back. But I wanted him to be ultimately safe when riding with me, especially because we do highway rides. We go on the highway, freeway, anything. I want him to be safe. And the one thing that he does not like loud noises from trucks or cars. But it doesn't stop him from riding. He loves riding. He always wants to get in the box. He's ready to go. But there's one thing that I did have to adapt. So that's why I built him a nice little windshield that is pretty much 360 windows all the way around and even on top. And it's been amazing. If anybody's looking to build a pet carrier, get the Grunt top box and build it from this. They go up to 100 liters. This is not the biggest box. Rocky is not that big. He's probably about 15 pounds, maybe 14 to 15 pound dog. So he's really small. But yeah, I installed a front air intake right here on the left side of the box. This is when the air is coming forward and it's pretty much just blowing right in. And then on the sides, he's pretty much has an exhaust vent right here. And then if we go around on this side, he has another exhaust vent right here as well. And I have tested it with tissue just to see the airflow of it and pretty much recorded it and everything. And I wanted to see the airflow of how good the airflow was. It circulates inside the box, and it is extremely well. He never gets hot inside the box. Even on the hottest day, he is extremely comfortable. There's a liner in there that's kind of like acts as like insulation. So that's one thing I do like about this box. It pretty much already had a built-in insulation. So I just cut out the insulation and then use like electrical tape to pretty much seal it and everything for the insulation and all inside. But yeah, and then right here I pretty much made a small cut into the seat. And like I said, I know a lot of people are going to see that and be like, oh man, you messed up your seat. Well, I mean, that's the whole purpose. I want him to be able to go on the trips with me. So you know, I can't leave my moto dog at home. I mean, he would lose his absolute mind. So yeah, guys, this box has been tremendously helpful for me, and I can still use it as storage if I go on a solo trip, but most of the time he rides with me. So he loves going on trips with me. And that's one thing I wanted to do, is just build him a carrier that made him super comfortable. But yeah, we'll go ahead and open it up so y'all can see inside. And it's pretty much riveted. So if you see here, these are all rivets. This is still a straight metal where I cut and everything. I am going to put a rubber gasket that's going to go along here. It is still in the work in progress, but I mean, it's amazing. You can see the intake there. You can see the exhaust there. There's an exhaust here, and then he also has his own personal seatbelt, which is amazing. I mean, that's the one thing I wanted for him, is just him to have his seatbelt, and I wanted him to be safe. Especially if we ever get in a wreck, which I really, knock on wood, I don't want that to happen, but you know, at least he has his seatbelt that is built into the actual case. So, and that, like I said, guys, that's one thing about these carriers that I found online. They're off like soft material fabric, and I didn't feel like they were really, you know, honestly safe for a dog. So I wanted to build something where I knew he wouldn't come off of it, or he wouldn't like fall out of it, or the box itself won't fall off the bike. I mean, this thing is pretty much bolted on. I don't know if y'all can see all that, but it's bolted on, and I pretty much put Loctite. So those nuts are definitely not coming loose at all. And but yeah, I mean, it's a good box. It's a good carrier for him, and he loves it. And like the other day, we rode to the lake, and I swear this guy literally fell asleep inside the carrier. He was just chilling. So that being said, I mean, if I can see that he can fall asleep in there, that lets me know that he feels safe in this box and all. So guys, that's what I pretty much did. This is the upgraded to the storage box. We pretty much went from a storage box to a pet carrier, but it can also still act as a, you know, storage box if I go on a solo trip. All right, guys. Well, there you have it, guys. Those are the 5 upgrades that we have done on the Ibex 450. I really hope y'all enjoyed this video, and remember, if you did like it, like, comment, subscribe. It definitely helps the channel grow, and we will see you on the next one. Bye.